Hello, Internet, and happy spring. Today is the 20th of March, so officially we're getting into the spring season. Maybe not so much here in Minnesota. I don't know, some of you that are in different parts of the country or different parts of the world may be having your spring weather. Here, not yet. Cold, sun is shining today, but yesterday there was about a foot of snow and blizzard conditions south of us along the Iowa border, just across southern Minnesota, even over towards Rochester, where Mayo Clinic is located. I was there on Tuesday, the weather was all right, but then yesterday, Wednesday, I'm very happy that I did not have to make that trip because of the really terrible winter weather. So anyway, happy spring if you're enjoying spring weather here in Minnesota. March, no. Still a little bit early for that. Wanted to jump on here real quickly and just give you an update on what's going on. Yes, I did have my third infusion on Tuesday and started also my third round of capecitabine, my pills. I take those 7 days on, 7 days off, and they coordinate with the infusion every 2 weeks. So I just started this third 2-week cycle a couple of days ago. And yeah, everything is going well. Usually it's the third or the fourth day that I start to feel the old sledgehammer effect, quite a bit of fatigue. And then I notice a flare up in my skin. Right now things are going pretty well, but I have to kind of brace myself this weekend, as doesn't always happen, but usually if I'm gonna have some crappy days, it hits me 3 to 4 days into the cycle. So anyway, as of now, I'm feeling pretty good and very grateful for that. I also got a magnesium infusion on Tuesday. They always run my labs blood work before the infusion and before I meet with the oncologist. And my magnesium was at the bottom of the normal range. And so I had a 2-hour magnesium drip in addition to my panitumumab cancer treatment. So I was sitting in that chemo chair for just about 3 hours on Tuesday. But, as I've always said, and I've even said on these videos many times, if the treatment is working, it's all worth it. The trip back and forth, down to Rochester and back, the side effects, which are fatigue and skin issues, and yeah, all of it, it's worth it as long as the treatment is working, and I have every reason to believe that it is. So I just wanted to get on here and update you guys on that. One thing I did find out, which was a little bit of a surprise, I guess it wasn't a surprise, but it just wasn't really in my mind, but my consultation with my oncology team, which consisted of another doctor who's a fellow that works with my oncologist, Dr. Peterson. It looks like they want me to continue beyond these 4 treatments that are on the schedule. Again, I just finished number 3. Number 4 will be on April the 1st. But it sounds like they would like to do another 4. So that's going to be a total of 8 over the period of about 3.5 or 4 months, which takes us all the way through April and maybe even into the first half of May. I wasn't really prepared for that mentally. I guess just because last year we only did 4 cycles, and when we saw the scans and the labs at the end of those 4 cycles, we felt that we had done what needed to be done, and that's what led me to a chemo holiday, they call it, which lasted for about 7 months. But it sounds like what they're looking at is maybe keeping me going for another several weeks, just to maybe mop up. Technically I'm on maintenance chemo, but everything depends on the scans. Just yesterday on my schedule, the next set of scans popped up on the schedule, and that's going to be towards the end of next month, the end of April. So based on what we see on that CT, chest and abdomen CT scan, I think we will decide what to do. Dr. Peterson, my oncologist, she told me that it's not a slam dunk that we go on for 4 more cycles. She said, she emphasized the fact that, I'm the boss. We can do whatever I want to do. They give me their advice. They tell me what they think is the best plan, but there's always a lot of wiggle room. There's no formula that works the same for everyone. And with chemotherapy, everything is balanced with the efficiency of the treatment and the quality of life. So it's a risk-reward, risk-benefit scenario, and that's different for everybody. And there is no one way to do it. Sometimes they'll do chemo for a shorter period and then take time off and then do it again for a shorter period. Some people prefer to do a longer period and then maybe a longer time off. So anyway, that's what we're going to be having to look at and work on over the next several weeks or the next month and a half, getting through April. So I fully expect that the scans in late April and even my new CEA, carcinoembryonic antigen number, which is a tumor marker, I fully expect that those are going to look good the 24th of April based on past experience. And so we'll just wait until that time, and then I'll with my oncology folks, we'll make a decision on whether we want to maybe sort of get ahead of the game by continuing on for a couple more cycles, or whether we'll say, hey, victory achieved for now, and then maybe take a few months off. So that's what I'm looking at. It's, being on chemo is not the best, especially going into the spring and summer months, because I am highly photosensitive, as you guys know. You know what happened to me last year? My skin just went nuts with the little bit of sun that I was exposed to. So I am not excited about getting into May or June and being on chemotherapy. So if we can, and if it makes sense, I would love to be done with this treatment before we get to that time of the year. Because, last year, I think I titled one of my videos, A Sunless Summer, because all the way until I think it was about the 20th of August, I was having to stay out of the sun. I was totally covered up. And I would really rather not do that again. So there you have it. I will wrap it up. As I said, I just am trying to get some more frequent updates out there for those of you that follow along. And I thank you so much again for your commentary, your messages, your encouragement. It means as much to me today as it did 2.5 years ago. And almost 2 years since I started this YouTube channel. But yeah, it still just blesses me so much to hear from you guys and to know that you're praying for me and sending me your positive vibes in whatever form those take. So that's it for now, and I will be back in touch in another week or two. Bye-bye.